We're interrupting your originally scheduled programming with breaking news coming out of Sorrento Valley. Good afternoon to you. I'm Shali Zamarodi.
And I'm Allie Wagner. So we are taking a look here. Evacuation orders have been issued because of a vegetation fire near Sorrento Valley Boulevard. In fact, you can see it right there on your screen. The fire is currently at 40 acres and is threatening structures. Smoke is visible from both the 5 and the 805 freeways. Fire crews are already at the scene trying to contain it. And in fact, right now we are being joined by Chief Robert Logan from San Diego Fire. Chief Logan, what can you tell us as far as what you know on the fire, the size of it, and some of the crews that you have out there?
Hi, the fire is approximately at about 60 acres right now. We do have some structures threatened, but not immediately threatened. So we have sent out a evacuation warning. We ask that people are ready to go if needed, but at this time there's no evacuations. The fire is we have about 100 units on the fire. Great collaboration with CAL FIRE and our neighboring agencies. We have hand crews en route, and we have about 4 helicopters attacking the fire and 3 fixed wings, and including one of those being a C-130. So we have a lot of resources making a very positive impact on this fire at the moment.
Chief Logan, it's Shali here. I want to get some information for those who may be tuning in right now because they may be smelling the smoke, hearing or seeing the smoke and trying to understand what is happening. I'm looking at some evacuation orders and evacuation warnings that have been issued. From what you just said, it said it's an evacuation warning. Is there an evacuation order right now which is asking people to leave the area, or is it just asking people to be ready to go if they are asked at the moment?
These situations are very dynamic. My last update was the evacuation warning. If something has changed, that's not abnormal. If you have received that instruction, don't neglect it. We ask that people are ready to go, and if asked to go, to leave immediately.
Okay, I just want to share this information again because this is breaking news and it's just coming in, and I'm sure there's many people that are seeing the smoke rising in that area. That San Diego Police Department did issue an evacuation order, 10,500 block of Sand Crab Place. Mandatory evacuation order means there is an immediate threat to life. This is what they are saying, and residents in the area should leave now and follow the directions from emergency personnel, and asking for those residents not to wait for conditions to worsen. This is the information that was passed to me by the producer just moments ago. So we'll check on this to see the validity of it. But there also is an evacuation warning now on the 5,000 block of Sea Mist Lane, and they're asking for residents or anyone in that area, as we're taking a live look at pictures there, and you see the fire there on that hill, for residents with the evacuation warning to be prepared to leave at a moment's notice. I know we don't know the cause of the fire, but given that you have more information than us right now here in the newsroom, can you give us a little understanding of what people could be seeing right now if they're close to this?
Well, if they're close to it, you're going to see heavy smoke production because of the type of fuels that are burning. You're going to see lots of fire units on the ground and in air. And we're making a really good stance on this fire. At the completion of the fire, you will see units there throughout the night. And they're going to be there throughout the night to ensure that the fire is out and that we do not have any rekindles.
Chief, it sounds like you are very confident, given the conditions as we're seeing a water drop happen right now, that you guys will be able to get a handle on this fire. Can you talk a little bit about the conditions and what firefighters face? And I know you mentioned the collaboration, but now that is such a huge point, is that you guys get so many of the entities together in order to fight this fire and knock it down as quickly as possible.
Yeah, this is what we train for. So we typically stay optimistic on these fires, and unless otherwise necessary to think something different. Again, they're making an aggressive push on this fire. We train throughout the year for these type of incidents. This is early in our season. All our people we're fully staffed. CAL FIRE has their summer staffing, so we have no shortage of resources. I see nothing but positive outcomes from this incident at this point.
For those who may just be tuning in, we are following a brush fire that broke out around 9:30 this morning, and there are some evacuation warnings that have been issued. In the event you are looking for a place to go, a temporary evacuation point has now been set up at Mandel Weiss Eastgate Park. Again, if you need to leave any places of work or your home for any reason, again, a temporary evacuation point has been set up at Mandel Weiss Eastgate Park. Chief, there was some reports that I was reading that somebody had reported possibly a fire, one of those lines, power lines, catching on fire and some type of explosion. Have you heard anything similar to this?
I have not. There are power lines in the area that are impeding some of our water drops, but I have not heard that detail that you just gave.
And I know, oh, go ahead.
I was just going to ask for those power lines, because we're looking at these live pictures right now, and you see the fire right there on the hill, so close to those power lines. What is the standard operating procedure at this point with those power lines? Or everything will be shut off at this point? Are you in communication with the department to do so?
Yes, the crews that are on scene are in contact with SDG&E. Normally, if the lines are charged, we'll be obligated to attack that fire by ground. Where if the lines are shut down, then we can hit it, be more aggressive with aircraft over power lines, but I'm still waiting for feedback on that situation.
And obviously there's quite a bit of fuel in that area, as we were looking, that there is. I mean, it's pretty vast out there. I'm sure you guys are working to try to get the hand crews out there as quickly as possible. Is there a lot of wind in the area? I noticed some this morning that you are going to get a little bit of that wind. I know that that affects your ability to be able to fight, but it doesn't seem like they're super strong winds at this point in time.
We don't have strong winds, and something else we have in our favor is the brush in that area. It's early in the season, so a lot of it is green and lush, so that slows the fire down a little bit. So conditions are optimal for us at this point, and we're making good progress.
Okay.
It's really, truly important to be so prepared for this. Chief, I was just having a conversation with my children, who I guess they're being taught in school about Santa Ana winds and being ready for fires. You say it's early in the season. We're just in June. And, you know, my son was asking, when do fires and Santa Ana winds kick up in California? And I said, well, I talk to the fire department all the time in San Diego, and they say that this is really a year-round concern.
Right.
We're lucky that we don't have those big winds right now.
No, you're 100% correct. There is no longer a fire season here in San Diego or in California in general. It's year-round. We use the term fire season for mainly for staff, you know, when we need to bring in more people to work. But you're 100% right. Fire season is year-round, and those winds usually kick up in the latter parts of the year when you least expect it. And when that situation happens, that's very dangerous and hazardous, not only for our residents, but for our firefighters who fight those fires.
Can you help us understand exactly where this fire is? We're going back and forth between some live pictures. We're pretty zoomed into the fire right now. I don't know if we're able to go back to the other camera where you can see some structures in the building and the smoke that's rising. But where exactly is this fire? How people would recognize the area of it?
Well, we got dispatched to Vista Sorrento Parkway and Sorrento Valley Boulevard. That's where we're dispatched to. But once crews get there, they identify where the fire is, and they take the best route to attempt to flank and pinch the fire. So I'm not sure exactly what area you may be referring to.
Okay. And Chief, of course, as Shally was talking about, this is a really great reminder to people to always be aware, to always know what you need in case there is an emergency, in case you are asked to evacuate, especially if you are one of those areas that is under warning right now, just to be aware and have that plan. Especially, I think it's important to know where your pet's medications are, what essentials that you might need if you do need to leave in a moment's notice.
Yes, and if there's if you have any questions, the best method is to go to the San Diego Fire Department website and find our Ready, Set, Go program. There's going to be a document that will help you decide what to take, what to pack, and how to keep your home safe in these type of situations. And if you go to that document and you don't see my picture on the front page, you have the wrong version. So you want to make sure you get the updated version.
Okay, definitely some good information for people, and I do know that there was some road closures that were in effect, and one of those is Sorrento Valley Boulevard, completely closed between Vista Sorrento Parkway and Camino Santa Fe. So I know this was right after the 805 split. If you were heading down the 805, I did pass by it earlier today, and you can see, you're going to see that smoke. I think that that's obviously for people to be aware of. I'm sure that you would tell people, hey, we are there, we're on scene, we're doing the work that we need to do, correct?
That is 100% correct.
Chief, we appreciate your time. We know you're busy and you got a lot to get updated right now. So thank you again for giving us an update. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Bye.
All right, thank you.
Okay, at this time we want to bring in Juliet Vara, who I understand is close to that fire. Juliet, good morning. What do you know?
Hi, good morning, Shali. So I just arrived on the scene not too long ago, heading into work. I got a phone call saying head to the scene, and you could start seeing those big fire, and you could see the smoke from miles away from this location. But I got to the scene about 20 minutes ago. As you know, that this fire broke around 9:20 this morning. It's roughly 30 to 40 acres that are burning here. We're live right now along Sorrento Valley Boulevard and Vista Sorrento Parkway. You can certainly see a very active scene. I arrived on the scene about 20 minutes ago. I saw, a chopper flying by, laying down fire retardant. We've seen many water drops as well here, but we've also seen areas that are, picking up with little patches of fire as well. We know that there are some evacuations, and out of abundance of caution, evacuations are in place certain areas. We know that the fire has been sort of close to home, so those mandatory evacuations are in place, affecting about the 10,000 block of Crab Place and the 10,000 block of Corte Jardín del Mar, and a warning is in place for the 5,000 block of Sea Mist Lane. The evacuation point is at the San Diego Police Department Northern Division parking lot on Eastgate Mall in University City. So once again, you definitely, if you are living in the area or if you are in this area, you want to certainly heed those evacuations. You want to take it seriously. You can certainly see a lot of smoke in this area. There are pockets of fire. It's been a very active scene. We know that CAL FIRE is here, San Diego Fire Rescue is here, and I'm sure various other units and divisions are here as well. There are many roads that are blocked off as well, so it's causing some traffic in this area. But as you can see, it's been very active. We've been seeing just water drop after water drop as well. And I heard you a little while ago talking about the wind. I'm certainly no meteorologist, but it is windy out here and it feels like it's tracking east. So there are these gusts of wind and we can see it blowing the smoke in one direction. So again, if you are near this area, stay away from the area, do the best you can. If you are in an evacuation zone, make sure to heed that advice as well. But that is the latest here from Sorrento Valley, and I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, Juliet, we could hear some of that wind picking up on your mic, and obviously, as you can tell, I mean, they do have 4 helicopters, the C-130 working as well. I'm sure you've noticed those drops going on a consistent basis.
Yeah, like I say, they keep going around and around. We'll see if we can see a water drop here. You see that there it goes right there. That pocket of fire, I don't know how long that's been burning. My photographer, Kevin, has been here longer than I have here at the scene, but he says, once one pocket of fire gets put out, another pocket seems to erupt. But they are working, one after another helicopter drops. So it's certainly doing the job so far.
Juliet, how far is that fire from structures? They said some structures may be an immediate threat. Do you see where that is?
So right here, this is the sort of the valley in the area here. It seems more like vegetation. Kevin, my photographer, was able to eyeball some houses up on the hill. There's some right there. He's probably showing them right now. So I can see 1, 2, 3 homes that seem to be in the line of fire. I don't see any blaze near them. I am sure that they are probably part of that evacuation zone. But those are the 3 houses on the top of the ridge that I can physically see with my own 2 eyes. This is a really diverse commercial area, as you know, and earlier today as I was heading up to this area, there's coffee shops, there's gyms. They actually didn't seem to be too impacted or too worried. People were still sort of doing business as usual. But once you come up Sorrento Valley Boulevard, you start to see this activity. But this whole area is blocked off. Police are not letting people come up to this area. They're ensuring that fire officials have the space that they need to tackle this blaze.
Yeah, it looks like it's in that Los Penasquitos Canyon Preserve right there. That's why you're seeing all those fuels in that area, that there is quite a bit to burn. But as Chief Logan said, there are 100 units. It is a collaboration between CAL FIRE, San Diego Fire that are all on this. They're throwing and attacking this very aggressively. He did say that it is 60